everyone, Joshua Hinlin here, and today I'm in the studio of the newest LEGO Masters, Mark and Steven. We are in Georgia, and we're going to be taking a look all around their very impressive build space here, where they have all their bricks as well as some memorabilia and collectibles that they've gotten over the years. So give us kind of an overview of this space. How long have you worked here, and how did you kind of get this all set up?
Yeah, we've had this space for about, I want to say 6 years or so. It used to be just a very bare bones garage and a garage door directly behind me, and none of the walls or ceiling were finished, so we had to spend several months renovating everything, putting everything in, painting, putting the floors in. So now it is a very usable LEGO space. And for a while I was actually staying down here, but now space is open up at the house. I'm back up there now, so there's more room for LEGO.
That's always good. So do you guys both build here pretty much every day, or what's that typically like?
Oh yeah, all the Lego stays down here. This is the ultimate setup for it. We also do like game days and stuff. You know, we'll play down here. Yeah, this is a fun place to hang out. But yes, all the magic happens down here. If we need something really big, we'll rearrange the tables and the furniture. But yeah, this is where the magic happens.
Perfect. Well, let's start with this wall behind us here then. Take us through kind of your organizational style and what we have here.
Yes, so we're a bunch of complete savages. We sort by color. Everyone seems to sort.
We're just going to cut the video right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. It seems that it's very much more popular and probably more in-depth approach to sort by piece type.
One might say a better idea.
Yeah. It's not. This is not the recommended strategy. Apparently, we didn't really know that until looking into it. But yeah. We use this strategy because it's way quicker when you're sorting. You just like throw the tan pieces over there, you throw the orange pieces over there. You're done in like a third the time unless you're doing it by type. So that's what we do, and it looks kind of nice when you have it arranged in kind of a rainbow spectrum here on the wall. We also have a couple more storage areas. Ultimately, this is where we store all of our LEGO, and that's the main purpose of this building.
So how frustrating is it, though, when you've got a big box of tan and you just have the one piece you're looking for in there?
Well, actually, it's frustrating to look for the one piece you can find. But you know what? We can dump them on the table here. That makes it a lot easier to be able to sort through whatever we can find. But, oh, snap. You good?
We almost lost producer John there, but he's still going.
He's all right. He's good. He's taking it like a champ. But there are other builders, other very prestigious builders who sort by LEGO as well. I know Sean Mayo, he sorts by color as well. And he pointed this out that I hadn't thought about. But if you're going through the bins and you're looking for a part, you may find a better part that you hadn't thought of. So the box can kind of, give you advice along the way sometimes. So, it has its pros and cons, but it's just easier for us.
So what are some of your favorite individual tubs, maybe the ones you use the most, or have some of your favorite parts in them here?
My current favorite is that full teal tub that we have in the bottom right corner. We just started filling that one up with pieces that we've gotten, and that's probably one of my favorite LEGO colors, and now we have enough of it that we can devote an entire bin to it, so we're really excited about that. But all these colors we're really enjoying and probably hoping to use more varieties in the future. So.
How about you, Steven?
I do like the teal one, but I do enjoy the plant boxes as well. Those are really fun. Especially growing up, we didn't always have enough plant pieces, It's like, I gotta buy a few more. They don't come a lot. They're not very numerous in LEGO sets, so it's fun. It's very satisfying to see those huge boxes just full of beautiful leaves. So yeah, that's for sure.
Awesome. Well, that's very well organized. So we'll move to this corner over here then. So you were talking about this table earlier. Is this where you build, or you just kind of dump parts here?
It's a multi-purpose table, but the main use for it is dumping a bin out to search for a particular type of piece. I can give you an example if the noise isn't too bad. Let's see here.
Plant box.
Oh, what?
Plant box.
Oh, plant box. This is great. Yeah, here. So we're looking for a particular type of plant piece. Instead of kind of digging through this small bin and looking for the piece, you can actually just literally, because the sides of the table have little walls, you're able to spread it out and really find all the little plant pieces.
I found one there. That's exactly what I was looking for. So.
Yep. And then when you're done, we use that scoop there to just
very complicated piece of machinery.
Exactly. This is an advanced system that we've developed over the years.
It took years of development and research and prototypes, all that sort of thing. Yes, years of research has gone into this mode here. So yes.
But because you have those walls on the side and you have the scoop, it's actually relatively quick to clean it all up into the bin again and then put it back on the wall. So it works well for what we do. We kind of like a brutal, fast, efficient system. It's not elegant, but it works for what we do. So
I imagine there were some similar vibes on LEGO Masters when I saw some of the shots where you this finale challenge. You had like a full table of brown pieces. It looked like.
Yeah, we just literally by the end of a 24-hour build of frenzy creation. So there was just like literally a mound of pieces on that whole table. We we're building on a separate table. So our main table was just the piece storage area. It was hilarious. So.
When you get to all the little stuff too, this actually does genuinely come in handy. You can just scoop them up, put them against the wall.
You've got this nice air conditioning unit, which in the little bit of time I've spent in Georgia over the years, I think is probably very important.
This is the most important machine in the room right here because it does get pretty warm. Thankfully, we're under some trees as well, so it's kind of cool down here, but this is essential for the South. Yes, absolutely.
Very good job, Steven. You've got it almost all cleaned up.
Almost done. Almost there. Almost there. Sorry, I've been kind of paying attention to this. But no, that's as simple as it goes. You know, it's a typical build process. We have larger boxes too. We can spread the boxes out if we have to, if the color gets more or less. But it's really nothing to it. We try to keep it simple as best we can. So.
Yeah, more storage behind Steven as well. You can see it's starting to literally overflow into the floor here. We also have more storage against the wall.
Look at that sad Exoforce tank, but just like beheaded there.
We got it.
I have projects for that, I promise. We're planning on doing a few Exoforce stuff later, way later. Give it some time. But I do want to get some Exoforce on the table. So, yeah.
Yeah, and this one is less organized a little bit because you see the colors are kind of mixed around. They're not as pretty as our back wall over here. This is the one we use as backgrounds for Zoom calls sometimes as well. So this is where the actual functional storage happens.
I think every Lego build room is like that. You've got the area that you can have people see and then the rest of the room.
Exactly.
It's kind of inevitable. You try your best, but it gets a little chaotic no matter what you do, honestly. Unless you're obsessed with the organization, which we're not. So
you've got your minifig parts here. I always love seeing the minifig buckets there. Is that just where all of the...
give some people some trauma, though. We take the hands and arms off. So sorry for all you people out there who don't. Yeah, it's just... We're careful. We promise.
Is that just so you can kind of mix and match easier?
Exactly. It's just customization if we need a specific, look for minifigures that we're putting in our scenes. So, yeah, a little bit of barbarism there as well.
What are some of the other buckets? I see it looks like maybe animals there.
Oh, yeah, we have a few animal boxes. We have a few more color overflow. There's black up there. We have a box for a few of the lights. A couple other elements. We have some untapped plant pieces up there. There's some more. Actually, to the right, there's even more plants and some more overflow black.
Beautiful fall leaves.
All right, they're gorgeous. Some of those are alt bricks, but a lot of those are purist now, which is really nice. But, it's just kind of miscellaneous. This is a miscellaneous corner. So.
Yep. And then moving on, you have a little Star Wars section here and a few other IP brands that I really like of those figures. I mean, The Mandalorian, I've really enjoyed that series, and I never really collected Star Wars until then, but now I have to have all the Mandalorian sets. There's still a few I have to get.
That's the problem with Star Wars. It's a dark hole to go down, because once you start, there's so much of it that they make.
Exactly. I'm trying to limit it to Mandalorian, but it'll eventually spread into Clone Wars and Bad Batch, and I'll be lost. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you got some great ships there, and then below that, you've got a bit of a bookshelf, but then also some great brick badges here as well.
Oh, yeah. These are mostly Mark. Mine are in a separate bin, all carefully stored away. But yeah, bro, you want to run through some of these? These are pretty cool.
Yeah, some of my favorites are, I like, for example, the Scareback 2018 when I went on a trip with you guys. That was a big highlight. Some of our earlier conventions, it's the top of the white section there in the middle. Yeah, there you go.
John's recognizes that very quickly. He's been to a lot of those shows.
Exactly, yeah. And then a lot of brick fairs, especially Brick Fair Alabama. We love that show. It's very close.
Not my castle. Hashtag not my castle.
Hashtag not my castle from Simon. That was a great one. That's on the top right.
Legend.
And so there's a couple of our brick badges over there.
You've yet to mention the most important one.
Oh yes, and the Beyond the Brick one, of course. That's right in the center, where the most important spot. So yes, absolutely.
What? This thing right here really stands out. So tell me about what we've got going on there.
Hey, careful with that, Steve. Anyway, so this is an eBay find. These are the little tablets from the Adventurers line, and they're usually kind of hard to find because they came in like a couple sets. And now I've managed to find this whole sprue unseparated. I think they came individually in the sets, so this is like a from the factory type of thing. So I've checked to make sure they're real, and they are. It's very, very, very cool. We have some of those at the store as well. I think there were 3 that we got in total. I got 1, and then 2 went to the store.
Yeah. I'm planning on making like a window out of this, something like that for like an Isles of Aura theme going maybe. But just be careful. We'll just be careful with it. Keep it as long as we can. It's a really nice piece.
As a massive Adventures fan, I've got to say I'm a little jealous of that. That's very cool. I love seeing all that chrome gold look there. Very, very neat. Mm-hmm. I like the coasters you've got there as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mark, where'd you get these?
Those are from Eclipse Graphics, actually. I got them at a convention. I was talking to Victor. I'm like, ooh, I got to get these classic space coasters. So we got a couple of those.
Shout out to our man Victor.
Stranger Things on the bottom. And then moving to the right, we have our pile of shame underneath the table there with all our unbuilt sets that we need to either build or sort down or deal with somehow because it's starting to grow.
And what looks like we got some concept work on top there.
Yeah, this is from a lot of this is from Lego Masters. So we'll start with some of these sketchbooks here. I feel like I could just scoot by you here. Oh, first of all, here's the autographs from everyone from season 2. This was in the first week. I brought all I had with me was my sketchbook, and that was it. So I had him sign the back. I was really happy about that.
That is super cool. Yeah.
Everybody there. But inside this book, I did want to show you guys something. Let me just skip to it really quick. Here's some random stuff in here.
You can see some of your other impressive drawings. It's okay.
So if you guys recognize this character, I drew this in the hotel room. It was about halfway through. This is the original sketch for the Warden. So this is our finale build that we ended up making. I didn't expect him to be our finale build specifically, but I drew him up just like, you know, I still want to make a tree man. I still haven't had my heart set on a tree man somewhere along the line. But I'm glad I drew this up because this is pretty similar to what we came up with, although it's more elaborate on the ground and stuff like that. But Mark, you have a few other sketches here. Do you guys want to show?
Yeah, really quickly we can breeze through these. This is the when I was starting to think maybe a tree man would work as an idea. Before I approached Steven, I drew this out and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. We could do that. So that immediately set off our plan of what to do for our finale build. But in here, in this sketchbook, there's actually a couple from the show. There's some of the mechanics of the inside of the tree guy with his moving branches. Yeah, it doesn't make sense unless it's me, I guess. There's the arrangement of his branches and torso. Another example of that, we're trying to get the right up and down motions. It ended up being more side to side. But
so this book here is from the show itself. This is what you were using to plan.
Exactly. This is the sketchbook I was using in the hotel. We were planning our build times for the last day of filming. That was pretty intense stuff. There's some more timing as well. Trying to see like head, hands, staff.
Tool,
you know.
staff, bird,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there's a nice sketch of his facial features.
Drew that one.
Here. There you go. So you can get that kind of forlorn look, and you can see the profile there as well. So really fun stuff. And then here's another one of the World Serpent that we did for. This is after the show. We wanted to redo the World Serpent, so we're doing some compositional sketches as well. So this is what we do before we going into a big build. We try and sketch it out, get an idea on paper, and then kind of work from there.
Yeah. Shout out to Steven's book here as well.
Oh yes. Not so inconveniently placed here. Yeah, that was definitely not planned at all. But no,
always be plugging. That's what I say.
Yeah. This is my book. This is my gallery book, The Inner Workings of a Lego Mind. It's on Amazon. Got some really fun builds in here. It goes through a lot of my work, not all of it, but the vast majority. And I have some commentary that's unpublished actually. Yeah, I've got some commentary on it and through all the designs and what I kept and what I left out on my Lego journey. And yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, on Amazon, Inner Workings of a Lego Mind.
Great. Yeah, everybody go check it out. And what's this thing we have over here, Mark?
Oh, so that is something Steven's working on, so I'll let him take it.
Yeah, this is a project. It's not done, obviously. I just put it here because it looks kind of cool. But I'm gonna rank all of our builds from favorite to least favorite with Caleb on his YouTube channel coming up. So we're gonna do like a
Lego ranking chart.
Exactly.
Tier list out of Lego.
Completely mixed up right now. But yeah, I wasn't able to finish everything in time because of all the finale parties and stuff. I didn't get a chance. But soon this will be out, and this will be one of the projects we're working on.
We've got to point out the incredible Pick-a-Brick Cup collection up here as well.
It's almost like an art piece, how it's arranged compositionally, with some of them full, some of them empty or stacked. So yeah, that's our. Whenever we go to the Lego store, we get as many Pick-a-Brick Cups as we can, or feel justified buying. You know, so yeah, we've collected a few over the years for sure.
Is there more Lego in the cabinets, or is that other stuff?
Like board games.
So there's storage boxes, raised base plates, CDs, just random stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of Lego stuff in there.
Most of these are empty, so it's nothing really.
Stuff we can't part with, but don't really want to put on display. So yeah,
it's just random stuff.
Stick it up there, and I like what we've got up here with the helmets, and then some more like history books over here.
I need to polish them up a bit. They're getting a little bit like corroded here and there, but yeah, except the black one. But yeah, I have a helmet collection. I also have a few swords and stuff, a few other little things. You know, you history guys are going nuts. I guarantee it. They're pretty inaccurate, except the Kunky sword's pretty good. But yeah, we have a few pieces like that, or they're non-Lego. You know, we have other hobbies, of course, outside of Lego. But yeah, weapons are fun. Swords are fun.
I agree. As we move down the bookshelf, you can see some. Let's see, it looks like some convention builds there, and then also the trophy display.
Yeah, so this is the trophy area here. We just got back from Brick Rodeo and Brick Fair, Virginia of this year, and we won 3 awards, all for the World Serpent, which turned out very nice. But some of these go back a ways. So we have some from 2019, 2018, 17. This is Brick World from 2018 as well. This was from 19, I believe. Yeah, 2019. Yeah, all these are awards we've had over the years. Most of them are Mark's. I'm just gonna say that right now because this guy likes the big models. But yeah, the minifigures, gift from a friend, and I think that covers it. This is also from my brother there. Yeah, a couple of really good old books and magazines. Some of those are catalogs, so we kept them for fun. Yeah.
It's like I told your mom when I was talking to her yesterday. Mark knows what the people want, you know, so that's that helps with the winning awards categories and that sort of thing.
Oh boy. Oh, you guys.
What do we have here, Mark?
So these are some old retro Lego posters that I found at work. And so as soon as I was going through the bin of, I think we got some stuff in on trade, and there was instructions, and these must have come with some of the larger sets back in the day. And I pulled these out, and I'm like, Chris, I'm just gonna buy these right away. He's like, oh, okay, that's fine, yeah. And so I put them in frames, and I just really like that. These big landscapes that were composed with different sets back in the day, they really inspired the mind of the little kids that we were. And you can see these cool, like, you see the hills and mountains. That's the stuff we strive to do as a mock builder now. It's like we're trying to replicate these awesome scenes. So it's very inspiring to like think where we started. So.
You're right. Both of these create just an incredible world that you get lost in as your mind's eye kind of follows up the mountainside there, or here in this bay with all of the islanders and the pirate ship and volcano in the background. It certainly makes you want to go out and get all of these sets, which I suppose was their goal.
Exactly. The little kids must have been begging their parents for all these sets back in the day, for sure.
But I am sure that the kids are wondering, looking at those cool backgrounds, these non-Lego areas, and wondering, I wonder if I could build something like that one day. And sure enough, you can. It turns out, those little dreams can come true.
Great slopes, and you can go anywhere. Yeah,
exactly. Start
Keep building higher.
Slopes, hoarding the slopes, like those volcanoes in the back of the pirates. Yeah, we could do that.
exactly.
Here we have some more bins and pieces. Looks like you've got some maybe pirate stuff in there.
Exactly. A few older base plates, boat hulls, big
Yeah,
wheels.
this is the big stuff that we can't fit in the boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, the pieces that are too bulky and too ugly to put in our normal piece bins on the wall. And also starting to get into the base plates and Duplo bins to the right here. So just a bunch of base plates. Most of them Lego, some non-Lego ones here. But yeah, I think this clear one actually has the Lego logo on the studs. There's a few weird ones in here, so yeah.
Yeah, but that's where we keep the Duplo mostly for filler in the bottom one. So yeah. But yeah, nothing crazy about it over here. It's just, storage.
Yeah. You got some nice glass display cases here then as well. So are these just kind of some of your favorite sets, or how do you decide what goes in here?
Yeah, so there's both sets and mocks. I think on the top you see some of Steven's dragons that he's made in the past. Some of them won contests for dragon building, so they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't want to take those apart. Going down, you have a collection of both rock raiders and UFOs. Those are two of my favorite themes growing up as a kid, and so I try to hoard those sets. Whenever they come into the store, I'll be like, Chris, I'm just going to buy this. We don't even need to put it on the storage shelf. He's like, okay, sure. So, and then you got some, the little drone racers, the minis. Those were some of our earliest sets, and the pull back and go motors were so fun as a little kid crawling on the floor. So just little things that are nostalgic and collectible to us, really special to us. So.
Yeah, a bunch of Rock Raiders stuff, even that down there on the bottom shelf.
Yeah, this is like the nostalgia section, really. We've got a lot of good vibes, good feelings. A lot of childhood stuff coming over here, especially on the left here. Mostly sets and fun stuff like that.
And then you've got a bunch more brick storage. You got a bunch of grays, browns, blacks. A lot of the more earth tones or muted colors. Great for large builds, but not as aesthetically pleasing for the pretty side of the room over there. So.
Yeah, you need a lot of gray when you're doing Lego builds, especially if you're building castles, I assume.
Exactly. Gray is the essential component of most castle builds. So yes, you need tons of gray. So.
Yeah, but one thing you don't need is Bionicle. And if you look at this one bin here, it will surprise many past these brick rodeo bags. But we actually have a pretty good collection of Bionicle. It's just one bin, really, but there's other colors splashed through the other bins. But yeah, that's one thing that might surprise people. I brought it up on a few streams, and it's always been. I'm gonna try it for you. I'm gonna try branching out a little bit. Lego Master just kind of broadens your horizons. So
Have you done Bionicle building like mocks in the past?
Just one. If you look down on the right here, that little silver guy. That's I called him Tributron. He's a tribute to Sean and Tyler and one of their Iron Builder matchups. So I built him just kind of on a whim. Turned out pretty cool. But he's really old. He's probably like 6 years old. I don't know. He's at least as old as this studio.
We've got to take a moment to appreciate some of these boxes. Is that all helmets down there?
Yes, I can get it out and we can dig through it just for a second because it's so cool looking. But this is the Lego military and like metal helmet bin. So you have just a whole bin of castle and fantasy helmets in here. Perfect for huge armies of minifigures to perish horribly on. So. Yeah, exactly.
I love seeing really big collections of like minifig accessories and helmets and armor and that sort of thing. just making your big armies with.
Exactly.
There's also the elephant bin right here. There's about 15 or 16 in there. I'm not sure. We haven't opened up that one in a while.
I think I have like 6 or 7, but plenty enough to create a Hannibal scene at some point. That'd be pretty fun.
Ooh, I would like that. Yes.
Have a few falling off the cliffs of the Alps. That'd be pretty dramatic. Yes.
So then, yeah, we'll move over to this glass case. On top, we see a McDonald's. And Chris mentioned earlier when we were doing our Atlanta Brick Co. tour that you're a big fan of McDonald's, Mark.
I am ironically the biggest fan of McDonald's at the store, and everyone else, except for a few, know that it's really like not necessarily good for you. But I know that too. But I still choose to eat there because I love how it tastes and it's nostalgic.
America.
Yeah, I'm an American and I'm gonna eat McDonald's every once in a while. So they actually got me this set when it was traded into us as a gift, and it's actually kind of a collectible, hard to find set now. So it was like, oh man, that was super meaningful to me.
These are really good too. It's impressive how good condition it is. Yeah. So kudos to them for finding it. But yeah.
Exactly. And then further down, you have Steven's obsession with Wall-E and small astronauts here. The one on the right is the actual set, which is now pretty hard to find and pretty special. The one on the left is a mini one that Steven made.
Yep. Yeah, I made the mini one before I got the Lego Ideas version, but they're both really cool. Mark, I think don't you kind of know Angus MacLean, the guy who designed the set?
He actually is a mock builder as well. That's why he designed that set, and he worked on the movie Wall-E, and so he has an intricate knowledge of the character design for these robots. And so he has he had a Flickr account, and he was a member of the AFO community for a while, and I interacted with him a little bit back in the day, and so it's pretty cool to have that. Like, I know the guy who was working on Wall-E, like just vaguely, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So.
it's a loose connection, but a connection nevertheless.
Yeah, that's what makes the whole Ideas platform so cool. Is you can have friends who then get an official Lego set made. So that's super cool. Are these some more of yours here, Steven?
Actually, no. The green one is mine. This little green one. He was built in like 5 minutes, just a doodle. But the red and olive one, those are from Aaron. So the red one, Mark, you bought from Aaron, I believe.
Yes.
And the green one, I actually won in a contest from Aaron. So I'm really happy with those. Me and Aaron keep in touch a little bit. Not quite as close as other Lego Masters, but we still talk quite a bit. And it's fun. I tell him, don't worry, man, your dragons are in good hands. They're still in peace. So, yeah, we have a lot of fun talking about that. And it's fun to see other builds from other builders in here. So.
And below that, we've got like a big mech type build.
Yes, that's actually a set. It's an old creator set. And so Steven actually really loved that set, but we never got it as kids. And of course, we get a lot of cool old stuff at the store. So I bought it for Steven as a birthday present a few years ago. And that happens both ways. Like there's some castle ones over here that Steven has gotten for me over the years too. We'll head over there in just a second. So.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that was a great birthday present. Yeah.
And then just some cars on the bottom there. Of the two of you, which one is more into cars?
I'd say it's definitely Steven who is into cars. However, I mean, we both really enjoy cars. We like watching Doug DeMuro and other YouTubers cover cars. And so Steven actually got these when they first came out with the Speed Champions, and now they're all pretty rare and expensive. Yeah. So he's probably glad he bought those when they were the normal retail price. So.
I am. I can make a pretty fast buck, no pun intended. But yeah, those are the smaller ones. Those are the older models. Yeah, one custom one in there. But yeah, my favorite is the Bugatti. That's up in my bedroom. But yeah, I have the LaFerrari, the 458 Spider, the Corvette, and the AMG, as well as the Mustang. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I especially love when people in their studio have models from other builders, and I think it just really reminds you of the community of everything with Lego here. Now, go ahead.
Oh, we've been using this. This usually doesn't look like this. This is our computer setup for gaming and other stuff. We'll bring stuff down here for parties. But we've been doing a lot of interviews, so it looks a little unusual. But there is one thing in here that definitely is worth highlighting. Give me 1 second here.
Grab some of the special art from.
We were talking about other builds from other builders, but here we have artwork. This is actually need to reset that one, but this is artwork from Tyler Kleitz himself. You can see his signature and 13. So these are drawn in 2013, a while ago. But these are our sig figs in cartoon form, and man, are we excited to have these. They're really cool, very sentimental. We're good friends with Tyler, so we never uploaded these. We figured, we'll just hang on to them. But here's their first appearance. Yeah,
many people don't realize. I think a lot of people first became familiar with Tyler and Amy through Lego Masters Season 1, but he's been in the community for over a decade, probably. Yeah. So I mean, he was well known within the AFOL community for a very long time, and obviously interacted with builders like you at conventions and places and online. So it's super cool that you have that from him. That's very neat.
Yeah, Tyler's the best. He was our idol growing up, and he still is. He's amazing.
He's a hero.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a legend.
He's built different, So
then if we turn around here, we've got another glass cabinet. starting up there with a couple very nice exclusive builds all the way from Denmark.
Yes, exactly. You guys probably recognize these sets on our trip to Denmark and Sketchbook and the Lego house. So I keep all my prized possessions up there. I think I still have my set of the different bricks, and I think that's the mini
chef.
figure. Yeah, the chef from the restaurant. Is that even still operating as a restaurant, or did they change that out?
No, so that's still a restaurant. They did get rid of the like fancier restaurant at the Lego house, but that one is still going.
Gotcha. Okay, I haven't been back since then, so I'll have to visit again at some point. And then some employee minifigures and my sig fig, as well as some of Simon Liu's frog pods back there too. So from the when he bombed everyone at I think it was Brick World and Brick River.
I remember those. Yes, seeing those all over the place.
Exactly.
And then Steven, what do we have on this show?
We got a lot more nostalgia. We got a lot of really cool Falcon characters and classic Monarch dragons, as well as a few lions and double axes and some spaceships too. So we love classic space. We don't build a lot of, compared to a lot of displays, we don't have a lot of classic space, but it's a theme that we think is really artistic. It's really classic. It's really fun, very playful, very inspired. These little happy little astronauts are just exploring the galaxy. So yes, of course we'd have a few of those sets, and they're really fun.
Be honest, did Chris Giddens come over and force you to put those there?
No, actually, they're always shocked at when we're wearing, we're literally both wearing space Lego shirts right now because we like it. And they're like, wait, you guys like that? It's like, yeah, duh, we're not just Castle Bros. Actually, we aren't the Castle Bros anymore.
You aren't even that anymore, so what do you even have?
Yeah, we have Lego Masters.
We do have the Lego Masters title, so that's good. But yeah, we're not just Castle Bros anymore, Chris. So yeah, if you're watching this, get a grip. I mean, really. Come on.
Guys,
yeah, it's Nexonites aren't cool. Classic spaces. Anyway,
staying, man. That's been around for decades.
Chris was kind enough to join us on the live stream before the finale yesterday, so we got his commentary as well. So that went very well there. But some more great displays. Over here we've got a little bit of Lego, but this looks to be more of the gaming movie station.
Yeah, this is more function over any sort of display value or whatever. It's mostly taken apart, but that was one of our builds we did for Lego Masters for our what was the word? It's our casting process. Yeah, we were asked to build a creation give us an hour. What can you do in an hour? And we put this together. It's missing the little spaceship. We had a little saucer and a few more characters walking around. But yeah, that was a little build from there. And a Bionicle, just a random Bionicle. We found him on a set. He was from a cool commercial from way back in the later 2000s. And we bought him at the store. But yeah, just a few things.
The whale in the jar there? What is that?
So this is hilarious. I got this little guy at Brick Fair, Virginia, just recently. Let me put that back on without breaking anything. There we go. I bought this at TJ Maxx. I use it for mocks sometimes. But yeah, the whale, he's pretty hilarious. I saw him for $15. I'm like, for $15, man, that's money well spent. So I bought him. There were two. Martin Harris has the other one. So he also has the baby one. So it's pretty cool. I'm planning on making a whale rider at some point, but we've been so busy with so many Zoom calls and interviews and all kinds of post, pre-show, everything. I have not gotten any time for extra building. But yeah, eventually we're going to have a whale rider for this little character, and he'll be on my Instagram soon, hopefully. So yeah, it'll be pretty fun. But yeah, I had to get him.
Of course. How can you resist?
Fun story for sure.
And then how about this next glass cabinet over here?
Yes, so on the top you have a couple parts of unfinished builds that we're hoping to use in mocks in the future. So the big mushroom toppers and some yellow, looks like a coral or something. And then, yeah, little Drome Racers clock as well.
Yeah, I'm into Lego time pieces as well. It's pretty fun. It's just a little side thing. But yeah, they have the red gears and stuff. They're kind of rare apparently. But yeah, I like clocks. So yeah, it's just a thing.
And then right below that, we have the Yellow Castle. I got this quite a while ago from a Bricklink seller in Europe, and I'm glad I did because it's pretty much my favorite set. It's one of the first sets to have minifigures, and it's the first castle set. So it's something that's kind of essential if you like to collect those old sets, which me and Steven definitely do.
So iconic.
Yep. Yeah. And then going down, you have the Black Falcon's Fortress.
The next most iconic Lego castle is the Black Falcon's Fortress, in my opinion. But yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah, the next one down the list is the Black Falcon's Fortress. The figures are removed because I was using them in a scene, but eventually they'll be returned. I do use all the minifigures in these sets and then periodically use them and put them back. So that these models, though they're display, I do use the pieces still.
And that was the inspiration for your Scareback build, for the reason you went over to that show with us.
Exactly. That's what earned me that ticket across the pond. Yeah. So And that's the much smaller real version of the set, of course. And then below that, I think I like these even just a little more than the top two are the various jousting sets from both the 70s and 80s. So those are like some of my favorite, very colorful, very lively scenes, and I just love those old
We
figures.
should get those in a better spot. They're getting a little cramped down there. It's starting to get a little filled out. We should probably spread those around a bit. But yeah, they're really iconic. They're just so much fun. Oh, below that.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that when you mentioned like colorful, I always found that with those sets, it's those like brick built canopies that really make everything pop there, and it just catches your eye immediately.
Yeah, not just brick-built canopies, but brick-built horses, because they didn't even have the horse mold in the 70s. It's crazy. So.
What's the bottom shelf?
Below that, we have some more of the rarer sets from the castle line. We got the Wolfpack Tower, and next to that, we have the Blacksmith Shop. And beside that, we have one of the Forceman's hideouts. So a lot of really cool sets. We had the original Blacksmith from when it first came out back in 2003?
2001 or 2003? I'm not even
Early
sure.
2000s when it first came out. And we had it for a while. Then eventually it became, part of the bins. And eventually another one came back to the Lego store. I found it, bought it for Mark's birthday present. So we trade presents all the time. I had the robot, and he's got the the Blacksmith Shop. So it evens out.
Shout out to Dan Siskin from Brickmania for paving the way for kind of fan designed builds there.
Exactly. The first Lego Ideas OG builder,
Yes.
Dan Siskin. Yep.
The first
Yep.
one.
So let's see, we're almost done here. There's a little bit left over here we didn't touch on, like the drawing there. What is that from?
Oh, that is from Sean Mayo. So we have drawings from both Tyler and Sean. And that's our characters in anime form. I'm on the right, obviously, and Mark is on the left with his sword and his crazy grin and his, Dragon Ball hair and everything. We really love that picture. It's super cool. It's such an important part of the studio. And opposite, we have minifig bins. A lot of the minifig parts have eventually found their way into random bins. It's happened, but that's where we keep the majority of it. If we need an extra hand, we'll just grab one. The food, some of the shields as well are placed there. A few of the other utensils and the hair pieces. That's purely for storage area. So yeah, that's one area. But this is the table I usually use. Below it, we have parts that need to be sorted though. That's stuff that needs to be sorted. Most of that is from Mark's latest castle. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah, that is the remains of Storst Castle there, and it's only probably a third sorted down. There's still 2/3 of it in there, and then there's another bin of just random pieces that weren't Storst Castle. So we have just a bunch, probably weeks of sorting to do before we even begin the next build project. But eventually we get it done. We do have friends that like to hang out, watch movies, eat pizza, and sort with us. So we'll eventually trick them into coming and helping us. So.
We love you guys. They watch me on the brick too. So yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. We actually really appreciate the help.
No trickery involved here.
Yeah, exactly. It's completely honest. No, I'm not convincing anyone to sort for me or anything. No.
You know who you're dealing with.
But this is a fantastic area here. So do you change up the space very often, like depending on builds or just if you have new stuff to display? How does that typically work?
Yeah, it actually changes quite a bit depending on what we're using the room for. Right now, it's kind of like for watching the TV or just hanging out or light building. But if we get into a real build mode, we'll move all the furniture against the walls and all the tables will become centralized in this big, like either a box or rectangle or even an L shape. And we'll just go crazy on building. So it's very modular in a sense, and then how we use it. So yeah, all this furniture we just change around as we need it. So.
Yeah, it can be a bit of an uphill battle to keep it organized. Like you can kind of see where some of the mess creeps out and some of the disorganizedness shows its face. But generally, we really love the space. It's got a lot of fun moments in it. And, we also hang out. We watch. We watched Lego Masters down here with Philip, who was sitting in that chair. And there's a lot of great memories going on in here. And we also take a lot of pictures down here too. With these big umbrellas you've seen, that's one of the areas where we photograph.
Yeah,
so
that's, that table over there, besides housing our computers, it also is a great photo area when we get all the lights lined up just right and take the pictures. So.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys for showing us around. And I should mention, we've been talking a lot about Lego Masters. We have a separate video that we'll have up on the channel that's an in-depth look at the finale build that Mark and Steven did here. So if you want to hear more about that, you can check that out. You can also check out the whole live stream we did with them leading up to the finale, where they gave an overview of all of the episodes up to that point. So if you want to get a whole recap of Lego Masters, you can do that as well. Thank you guys for showing us around here. Keep up the good work, and can't wait to see what you do in the future.